Let's bring in global economics editor of the Wall Street Journal, Jon Hilsenrath. Jon, it's that number, and also you are expecting, following economists, a 3% growth in the current quarter as well.
Right.
There'd be 3 consecutive quarters of 3% or more growth. Hasn't happened since 2004.
Right. Right. The economy's on a roll right now, and we really have to look at the fourth quarter to see if the second and third follow through with 3% growth. The president has been saying he's going to get the economy up to 3%. He's got something to brag about. There's a lot of things that I think are behind this. Part of it is optimism, stock market hitting new highs. People are feeling more comfortable about spending. But we also have a global economy that is moving in sync for the first time in almost 2 decades. Europe finally got through its financial crisis. Japan is on a roll. So we have a lot of tailwinds at the economy's back right now.
Jon, what do you make of you had a number of companies, and we mentioned them, AT&T, Comcast, paying out $1,000 bonuses, Fifth Third Bancorp, same thing. You're talking about more than 300,000 people there. $15 minimum wage increased to, at Wells Fargo and Fifth Third. Do you think that this is just for show, or is this is the real deal?
Well, when you get an unemployment rate down into the low 4s where it is now, possibly going into the high 3s, you should start seeing wage pressures building up. That's kind of like standard theory. If there's a supply and demand, if there's a scarcity of labor, the price of labor should be rising. So this is exactly what we ought to be seeing right now, and we're starting to see it. I've been looking at cities in the country where unemployment is lower than it is in the national average, and we are starting to see wage pressures build in some of those places. So again, it's an economy with tailwinds at its back, and the really good news is we're not seeing the kinds of excesses building up at this point, at least, that would derail it. So we were going into 2018 on a pretty good roll.
Jon, Michell, I want to sort of stick with that theme, which is in many parts of the country, we have skilled labor shortages. I'm thinking of like the Seattles of this world, Austin, Texas. And do we potentially see really runaway wage inflation happening as the economy really starts to heat up and there's just a race for talent?
I don't see runaway inflation or runaway wage inflation for a couple of reasons, the most important of which is that yes, there are shortages of labor in some pockets of the country, but we now live in a global market, a global economy. American workers aren't just competing with people in other states. They're competing with the Chinese. They're competing with India. They're competing with people from all over the world. And that's really kept a lid on prices and wages. So is technology. Now if you want to go out and buy some diapers, you could check the price on Amazon to make sure that you're not paying too much at the local grocery store. So all that is keeping a lid on prices and wages. I think the key to what you said is skilled. The troubling thing is, are Americans, are we building the skill sets in the workforce for those higher paying jobs? And when you see shortages of skilled labor in places like Austin, that's a sign of some underlying problems in the economy that we still have to fix.
Jon, moving on to this story in the Journal, bullish on Bitcoin. Traders are reportedly betting $1 million that the digital currency will hit above $50,000 next year. This is according to a story in the paper. That's tripled the current price. What are the chances of this happening?
Well, so that's based on some trades that are going on in the options markets. You have to be a little careful reading into stuff like that because we don't know what's on the other side of those trades. Someone might be taking out a call option to buy Bitcoin at 50,000, but they might have a put closer to 0. So I don't want to read too much into that. There is a theory right now out among Bitcoin followers that, listen, if Bitcoin just becomes 1% of global money supply, it's worth $36,000 per Bitcoin. It still has a long way to get to that 1%, so I'm not buying that call option.
Yeah, and I've already started seeing stories from, quote, central bankers talking about how central banks are going to be buying Bitcoin in 2018. That's going to be the big story. And I've had to caution a couple of people about, like, who's writing these things?
Well, so this is one of the challenges for Bitcoin followers. You mentioned central bankers. not so much that central banks will be buying Bitcoin. I don't see that. But they might be getting into the technology behind Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and creating an alternative for this global currency that people are talking about. And, you know, if central banks get into the action, that could end up hurting the value of Bitcoin itself.
Yeah, that's not the article I read, but you know what I'm saying, that there's a lot of froth, there's a lot of hype. Jon, thank you for setting us straight, as always.
Okay. Thanks
Jon
a lot.
Hilsenrath.